Salakia, phone had cut off. But pretty much the history teacher, was pretty Jake asked the question. All right, when we was watching the movie about the transatlantic slave trade, they saw how the Hamites had sold us to the so-called white man. And so to Jake, I was cool with. He asked the question. He raised his hand, asked the history teacher, who was an Edomite. He asked him the question. He said, "So what? Did we sell ourselves out to the or either that, or he said, did we sell ourselves out? Or he said, so, or did they sell us out, or did they, the Africans, sell us out? Something along the lines of that." And this was the history teacher's response. He said, just different tribes fighting against each other, And I was like, wow, And then Jake, now Jake grown up thinking that, man, But nah, it was those Hamites, all right. Those Hamites are heathens. Okay, those are the actual Africans, all right. They're not Israelites, even though we may look somewhat similar. We don't really even look similar. We don't even act the same. Okay, but they sold us out, man. They sold us Israelites out to the so-called white man, all right, in that transatlantic slave trade. You see? Now, let me get this. This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, okay? And, so this shows they even know, all right? But let me get the definition of ham, okay? Ham, and it says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, because I said the Hamites. Hamites are descendants of Ham. It says the youngest son of Noah. You know Noah, he had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? Born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but of the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So, you so-called Negroes, you ain't African, man. All right? Regardless of what this devil teaches you in the school systems, you're not African. And they know this. They know this, man. They know we not Africans. All right? Bear me 1 second. All right, but let me continue back in Joel chapter 3 and verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold into the Grecians. The Hamites, they sold us to the so-called white man during the transatlantic slave trade while we were in there in Africa. Okay, while we fled, after we fled Roman persecution, time rolled around, and now the Hamites sold us, to the so-called white man during the transatlantic slave trade. All right, it says, children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold into the Grecians. And it wasn't only just the so-called Negroes of the tribe of Judah. It was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians. All right, it says that you might remove them far from their border. Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them. The place is talking about America. Okay? It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them. All right? So, America. So when we read Revelation 12, and it's 6, and it says, and the woman fled into the wilderness where she hath a place prepared to the Most High. It's talking about America. Okay? It's talking about America, man. All right? It says that they should feed her there 1,203 days. All right? But so going back to Matthew 24th chapter, right? So now, we understand that when 70 AD rolled around, Jake had fled Roman persecution into Africa, okay, which was ultimately part of prophecy. So this is Matthew 24 and 16 again. It says that them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. So Jake fled Roman persecution and fled into Africa. Okay, let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. So Yahushua was telling Jake, You know, when you see the Roman army in 70 AD, you know, just flee. Don't turn back to get anything. Just flee. All right, don't turn back. Don't go get something. Just go, man. You know. Imagine you in the house, you know, and there's a whole bunch of military. You out coming up the street, you can see them, and the prophecy is for you to, you know, go. Don't even get nothing. Just go. Run into Africa. Flee. You know. So I'm gonna stop right there. Now I'm gonna get Luke the 21st chapter. So this is the book of Luke, chapter 21, starting from verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, the Roman army, in 70 AD, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Verse 21, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. Go run into Africa. Flee the Roman persecution and flee into Africa. And let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Okay? Bro, you can turn, bro. Well, you good. Come on. Man, he might need to turn up a little bit. Damn, man. Just lock it, man. Fucking Satan, man. Come out here right here, right now, man. Shalakia, bear me just 1 second. He could have turned, man. Fucking people, man. I'm telling you. Alright? Shalakia about that. Alright. But, alright. Continuing on Luke 21 and 23. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. Right, upon the Israelites. You know, but yeah, you know, pretty much Jake that had children during 70 AD, you know, pretty much that would be a time of great slaughter. So, you know, that'd have been bad for Jake, man. You know, and Jake, there was children during, man. You know, verse 24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away. So Jake was slaughtered. So then they shall fall by the edge of the sword. Jake was slaughtered by the Roman army in 70 AD. You can read about that, man. All right. And shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. And that's going into how Jerusalem, you know, it has heathens living in it, all right, as well as the land of Israel in general. It just has the heathens living in the land, man. You know, as heathens right now living in the land of Israel, predominantly is heathens, man, living in our land. And then we tell them it's our land, and they're gonna look at us like we're crazy. You know, it's crazy, man. It really is.